Hey everybody, I am today going to talk to you about Abigail from the Bible, who is another brave woman that God used in an incredible way. Abigail was the wife of Nabal, and honestly, this story is unusual again because God used a woman who frankly called her husband a fool. Again, we are told so many times about Proverbs 31, and this is another example of how God is using women in the Word and using women today who are bold and unafraid to follow the Lord's leading versus man's. So bear with me. I just came back from a walk, and so you'll probably see this hat a lot as we journey together. It is one of my favorite hats. I picked it up down in Cocoa Beach years ago on a family trip. So I wear it a lot. I love it. I love sunshine and hot weather. And anyway, I digress. And let me just give you some very brief history of Abigail. So what happened is that Nabal was very rich and he had a lot of livestock and shepherds and shearers to the point that he didn't even notice when some of his staff was missing. Some of his shepherds were traveling with David, and they came upon a festival day. And so David sent a commission of his people to go to Nabal and request provisions for the festival for his people that were staying with David. And Nabal got an attitude. He said, I don't know who this David guy is. I don't know who the son of Jesse is. Go away. I'm not giving him anything. And so the people reported back to David what he had said. And David was basically ready to go to war over this. Now, I'm not saying that David didn't overreact, that he was immediately told his men, get your swords and let's go, that this man has disrespected me. But I will tell you this, that Abigail and what she felt from the God was able to make all of that go away. She immediately gathered the servants that she knew that would be respectful to her as the woman of the house, gathered all kinds of food and provisions and everything that they would need, and immediately went out and met David where he was. As they were traveling together, they met and immediately got on her knees and asked David to forgive her husband. I'm going to read it to you very quickly. When she got down on her knees, she said, please do not let my Lord pay attention to this worthless man, Nabal. For as his name is, so as he, Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. For as the Lord lives, and as your soul lives, since the Lord has restrained you from shedding blood and from avenging yourself by your own hand, now let the gift which your maidservant has brought to you be given to the young men who have accompanied my Lord, lowercase l. Please forgive the transgressions of your maidservant, for the Lord will certainly make it for him to endure, because my Lord is fighting battles of the capital L Lord, and evil will not be found in your days. She goes on to say even more blessings upon David and basically asks him to put the blame on her versus her foolish husband. And he in reply says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me, who has kept me this day from bloodshed and from avenging myself by my own hand. As the Lord God of Israel lives, who has restrained me from harming you, unless you had come quickly to meet me, surely there would have been nothing left of Nabal. Nothing. What ends up happening down the line is that she goes back to her husband, and he's holding a feast because it's a festival day. He's getting drunk on wine and acting a fool, and he passes out. And the next day, when Abigail tells him everything that happened, He dies on the spot. Happening down the line is that God redeems Abigail for her wisdom in the situation, and David marries her. I just want to encourage you today that if you're one of those women who realizes that a man in your life is acting a fool, that God sees it, and even if you can't say anything about it, or if you're struggling, God knows it. God will redeem it. It might take time. It might take 10 minutes. It might take 10 years. I don't know. We all have those moments where we get a little embarrassed of the men in our lives. And I want to encourage you today, not necessarily to say that you should disrespect your husband or that you should disrespect the man in your life if you're not married yet. But I am saying that if God tells you to go do a thing, you should go do a thing, because you don't know what kind of destruction or what kind of terrible thing you may be being used to circumvent that terrible thing. Women and characters of the Bible who were used in a wonderful way that is not always shared in church or Sunday school, or things that you might have been told as a young person. I'm really excited to share more of Let Me Tell You About. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Also, I have a playlist that I've started on Let Me Tell You About. There's more to come, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.